So, now we have a whole team from Washington also helping out in the organization. So the two winners from the United States. Maybe the Washington team can come and just stand by me here, you know. Here. Andrew ran from Columbia University, where he's majoring in financial economics with a mathematics concentration. On campus, Andrew is president of the Multicultural Business Association and the resident advisor for incoming first-year students. Andrew organized 11 events on campus and hosted OECD officials. And now in my card it says, hand over certificate. There you go. You stand by there, so hang around there. So, oh, she wants you to smile. Now, Irene or Irene, or Irene, or Irene, that's a Mexican. All of the above. Irene Chang, from the University of California in San Diego. That just for studying there, you should, you know, be very grateful. It's one of the greatest places. Where she's double majoring in economics and on political science. Irene is a campus-wide senator for Associated Students. She sits on the executive board of the Student Organized Voter Access Committee. And as an OECD student ambassador, she organized 16 events and hosted OECD officials. I hand over the certificate. There you go. Now, please, over there from the middle to the back, hold your horses. Keep quiet just a bit more. From Mexico, Nancy Lisbeth Ortiz Cordero. Here is Mr. Ardavín, thank you. A business student at Universidad del Valle de México, UVM. She organized 12 OECD iLibraries training sessions and the presentation of the OECD Getting It Right publication by the head of the Mexico Center. She also helped the Mexico Center in the organization of the OECD Mexico Parliamentary Seminar in January 2013. So, I hand over the certificate. It says here, price, trip to Paris, but I suppose you're already, you know, very much advanced. Yes, there you are. Now, I don't know what's going on with Mexican boys, because Giseli González Peña, student of the International Relations at the National Autonomous University of Mexico. She's Puma, you know, that's my alma mater. As student ambassador, Giseli helped to set up the OECD iLibrary training for researchers, teachers, and students, and the OECD Week with conferences on the Better Life Index and regulatory reform. She also hosted 2 OECD officials and helped with the organization of the OECD Mexico Forum in January 2013. So there you are. Congratulations. So thank you guys, thank you girls. Congratulations for these achievements. Let me just conclude by thanking our Public Affairs and Communications Directorate, PAC, for pursuing the initiative. The OECD's interaction with universities and students is a constant source of inspiration and innovation. And we need a lot of that to help our countries design and implement better policies for better lives. And now, with great pride and great pleasure, I introduce the Minister of Finance of Norway, Mr. Johnsen.
Thank you very much, Angel, and dear friends of the OECD and all the other friends or something. I think there is a wise rule of life, and that is never to forget who you are and where you come from. And of course, you are born on the 8th of May, and I'm the 1st of October in this very fateful year of 1950, but we have both been young. And we still are, yes. And of course, a long life in politics have taught me, and I've been there for quite a while myself, never to underestimate the power of young people. It's foolish and dangerous. Of course, we who belong to the so-called 1968 generation, roaming the streets, demonstrating against warfare and other things, against nuclear weapons. Some people might regard us as rebels, but we had a clear path going forward, and never forget who you are, where you come from. And of course, it's important that we dare to involve young people, because it's their future that we are handling, more grown-up politicians. And in a way, it's our common future. Never forget that. This is true in politics, in science, in entrepreneurship, and definitely true in all kinds of arts. July 5, 1954. A fateful date that really changed my generation and the younger generation before me. On that very day in Memphis, Tennessee, a young guy from Tupelo, Mississippi recorded "That's All Right, Mama." And Elvis forever changed the young generations. Not long after, Bob Dylan, that was in the early 60s, recorded "Blowing in the Wind," and the Beatles. You still remember the Beatles? They were there. Young people have always put their print on the future. Bill Gates and Steve Jobs in their early 20s, creating and laying the foundation for the IT revolution. And there's a lot of other examples. Then it says in my script here that according to the OECD and International Assessment of Adult Competences, we reach our peak skill-wise when we are 27. Well, there might be a time span before and after. But it's good to know that when I entered Parliament in 1974, I had 3 years ahead of me to reach the top of my skill. But I assure you, I learned something afterward as well. Now I'll turn to the main event, and that is to hand over the proofs of the winners of this video competition. Angela has just explained to us the background. And as normal, those who were in the jury were the winners from last year. It was Jarle Roem Håkonsen from Norwegian Broadcasting, and the big boss himself, of course, my dear